is something that so many people struggle with. You don't have to be diagnosed with anxiety to feel anxious. Everybody gets anxious, and sometimes we let those emotions control us, and it's hard. It really is. But I want you to know that you're not alone. I suffer from anxiety. It's kind of difficult for me to talk about because it affects my life in many different ways. I wish that I could just make it go away or push through it, but that's not how it works. I was thinking that I'm gonna tell you a story from today, and I hope that it will make you feel better because you can maybe relate to it in some way. Today I went snowboarding for the first time. I get really, really anxious trying new things, but today I went snowboarding. I'm in Vail. I went snowboarding, and I got snowboarding lessons because I don't really know how to snowboard. I've never snowboarded before. I skied last year, but I really didn't like it, and I'm really scared of heights. So I get up there, I get up on the mountain, I take a lift up, and I had a snowboarding instructor and like a little adult class that I was taking. There was only one other person in this class. And so we start on the bunny hill because neither of us have skied before. And these are the smallest hills in the whole ski resort. And so the instructor instructs me to go up the hill and ski down. He has taught me how to ski, however he has not yet taught me how to stop. So I bang into a group of little kids, and they all fall over, and they're all like skiing, and they're like, everyone has to individually help them up, and I felt so bad. And on top of that, that's not even the embarrassing part. So after like 20 minutes, he tries to advance us to like another bunny hill, but it's a little bit of a more difficult one. And I am standing on the hill, and he's telling me to come down, and I am shaking. I'm so anxious. I just couldn't move. And he like tells me 3 times, like, come down, come down, come down. And I'm just not coming down. So I just stand there and I'm shaking and I'm cold. And I end up just throwing up because I was so anxious. And then I fell in my throw up. I slept and I fell in it. It was terrible. This is so embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. I'm mortifying myself. But I watched my boyfriend and his friend that he brought with him to Vail. And his friend had never snowboarded before either. And his friend just learned so fast, and it made me feel really crappy because like after I threw up, I had to go home from the lesson because they thought I might be sick. But I was really excited to do it, and I just couldn't push through the anxiety of it. And it made me feel really crappy. But sometimes, even though you want to push through, and everyone tells you that leaving your comfort zone is the best thing you can do, sometimes you know yourself better than anyone else. Sometimes you know what's best for you. Obviously, it's always good to be able to leave your comfort zone, to be able to try new things, but to a certain extent, you have to be mindful of how you feel. And if something feels like it's too much, that's okay. It's okay to step back. It's okay to step back. It's okay to fall in your own throw up sometimes. I feel like, and this example was just a physical example of me being anxious, but my anxiety affects me a lot more mentally. It really does. It kind of consumes me, especially when it comes to school. And by the time I get home, I'm so drained because I've been so anxious all day. And I have no energy left to put into anything. Now, obviously, no one is going to be able to fully cure your anxiety, but there are ways that you can learn to cope with it. Some people do breathing methods. Some people like counting. Breathing methods, for me, make me almost more anxious because I hyper-focus on my breathing, and it doesn't really work for me. What I like to do is I like to take a shower. Once I get out of the shower, I feel like my brain has had time to rest. I usually don't turn on music when I'm anxious and I'm showering. A shower is such a good excuse to be in your own mind. It really gives you time to calm down. It really does, and it's probably like my number one coping mechanism. But sometimes you don't have access to a shower. In situations like that, I like to turn to people that I love. I like to listen to things that I love. And even though it's kind of more of a distraction than a coping mechanism, I think ASMR is a really, really good way to cope with anxiety, because you can kind of doze off and be in your own brain and think and calm yourself down. It's not so overbearing that you can't take your eyes off of it. You can close your eyes. You can close your eyes. You can relax. You don't even have to be fully listening. You don't even have to be fully listening. You can just half listen and half think, because it's really important to spend time in your own brain. Sometimes we forget about the more you spend time with yourself and get to know yourself, the better your coping mechanisms will be, because no one knows you as well as you know yourself. And if you don't know yourself at all, then no one really knows you. So it's really important to get to know yourself. Obviously, you don't have to know everything. There are some things that you don't have to have a strong opinion on. You don't have to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Or like big decisions. And I think it's important to know what kind of person you are, to be able to single out who you think you are. So, there's an idea. I wish that school and workplaces were more accommodating when it comes to anxiety, because it seems like they don't really care. They kind of disregard it, and that's so unfair. expect you to, and that's part of life. So that's why I say you have to be there for yourself, because most places do not focus on anxiety due to workload. So you have to learn to work by yourself. I think that an important thing is working out when you're going to do things, scheduling things, and getting them done instead of cramming yourself, because that's not fair. But then again, if you need a break, if you feel like you can't do it, I suggest you go find someone, or you find something that makes you happy, and you just wait until you feel like yourself again. Because although some people in the world won't understand, maybe your teacher doesn't understand, or your boss, but I understand, and I know that every single feeling human understands. It's just in a work setting, that's their job. But if something is bothering you, if you're not feeling okay, you need to take time. And that's okay. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do that. I believe in you. Things will get better. I promise things will get better. I promise. Shh. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel things. You're gonna be okay. I am here for you. You are loved. You are important, and you mean something. You mean something to this world. You will make a difference. Making a difference doesn't have to be big. You can make a difference in one person's life. You can make a difference in multiple people's lives. It doesn't have to be the whole world. You don't have to change the world. Stop fearing failure. Stop it. It's a waste of your energy. I promise you won't fail. I promise. I promise. I promise that you're not gonna fail. I promise that everything happens for a reason, and everything is gonna be okay. Although sometimes I don't really believe that everything happens for a reason, because some things just happen spontaneously, because that's how the world works. It's just the universe, picking and choosing. But I believe that fully believing that things do happen for a reason will help ease your anxiety. It will help you feel better, because everything is gonna be okay. I like this video because it's not only like I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to me. Some of those random comments that I threw in there